Hello everybody and welcome back to another coding video by Flash Records Java. Today I have two things implemented to the game, which both are, I actually got three things which are really cool, as I implemented by myself. And yeah, it is for the game. It is for the Chernos game tutorials, that game, and I've added stuff to it as usual. Also, one thing I just wanted to mention is if you guys see anything that you would want me to go through, like any stuff here in the navigator or any code like you want to you want me to show you, I would be happy to. I think it's funny. I think it's fun to show other people like what I've done and like learn it out, or whatever you call it, to other people, because myself, I know how good it is, or like how effective it is to learn from watching YouTube videos. That's how I learned, and I started this year with coding, like Java coding. I did mods to Minecraft, but really then I didn't know much about Java. I like watched tutorials and like only did what they did and copied it kinda to learn. So I learned about that, but I didn't know that much about Java. But now I do, because I watched other videos. Anyway, so first thing, I have a launcher now to the game. I will just take the game up here. I have a launcher now. So we have buttons using my button API here, a background picture, which is just, I don't know if I will keep it. I like this line and stuff, but yeah. Play is the only one that works, so then we'll come up with a username, and okay, here's the game. So as you can see, we have a minimap, and it will probably be in the title of the video, but anyway, so you can see we have a minimap with a border and everything, and my icon for it is my head. The villager and mobs icons are actually different, but you can't really see it. It's like the color of their head thing is in the picture. So that's the second thing, and as you can see up here, the third thing is I have a menu bar now. So just give me a second, I will be right back and explain that. Okay everybody, I had to go there for a while, but now we're back to record. So anyway, this menu up here, it's G menu and G menu, and yeah, I will show how that works, so I can toggle the minimap, because that is actually lowering our frame rate. So if you look, okay, now I'm recording also, but if we toggle it, it should lower it. I know you can't really see the difference because I am screen recording, but like normally I have 130 to 140 frames per second, and then when I toggle this, I go down to like around 100. So because how the minimap works, because I had to figure out for a bit. So I'm just defining a new screen object and a new buffered image, and I'm just inserting the pixels to it, and I will show you it, but then I'm zooming it out. I will show you how to zoom it out and stuff. So yeah, so here I have like my options, my files. I can save my position and load it. Before I had it on F1 and F2, but yeah, that was confusing. And I can exit. It will just exit my game. And admin is just the admin, so I can toggle my no clip. I can also see, if I open here, you can see no clip true. Toggle the god mode, which makes me don't drain mana, and then toggle speed hack, and that's what speed you got. So 15, for example, move really fast. 5, it's a bit faster than normal. And yeah, I will also show you how to create different pictures for your characters and everything on the minimap. So yeah, I'll meet you guys in a second. Okay, everybody. So now I am in the code, and so the first thing you want to do to make the minimap, I will show you the minimap and maybe the menu bar. I won't show you the launcher, but it is really simple. So I will show you that in another video. And in speaking of other videos, I will not be able to record now because I have holidays and I will go away. So I can't really record so much, so I wanted to do this today. So this is map toggle. It's just for the menu bar, so I can toggle it, and there you can also set if you want it to be true by default, and I want it because who doesn't want a minimap? Okay. Yeah, I don't think I don't think I am using my, because I created no. Oh, I refactored. Okay, references, and then so I am using it, but that is two variables just created, so it's like game.width times scale. Anyway. I need to find it. Where am I? Yeah, here. Okay, so first you need to define a new screen. So just do private screen and map screen, I call it. Then you want to move down. I have a map zoom double. Yeah, make it a double. Then you create a new buffered image called map, for example, and then cost int, and then do game with times map zoom, because if you multiply it will zoom out, and if you divide it will zoom in. So yeah, and then you can just change this number and have it as a variable, do not just type whatever there, because you will need it at another place. So yeah, and it's the same as the other buffered image. Then I created a new pixels stuff. You just want to call that something, for example map pixels, and map.getRaster instead of image.getRaster. Then when you're done with that, you can go down here and oh, sorry, and create a new, or define the new screen. So map screen equals screen, and cast it to int game with times map zoom, or times multiplied by map zoom. Instead of just the original, which is that, and that makes it smaller, I believe. The important thing, if you don't want your screen to mess up, is to have, if you are multiplying, you need to multiply it down here where you're defining your screen. You need to have this value for the width, and of course for the height, as the same that you have for width and height up here in your buffered image. If you don't have that, your game will be really messed up. I could show you that. If I just remove that and launch it, you will see that it will look terrible. Yeah, it crashes, so you can't even run it that way. Oh god, I just got myself out from a cold, so yeah. Then I just I'm loading a new image. This is a function. Yeah, if you want a border, you gotta fix that by yourself. I'm not gonna show you that because it's a load image stuff and things. Anyway, yeah, there is the load image method. So just copy from that if you guys want to. I'm not gonna go through that. Anyway, in the update you don't need to do anything. I don't really know why that's okay. Anyway, who cares? In the render now okay, now comes the thing. I don't really know if this buffer image. Okay. So now here where we are rendering all of our stuff, you need to just copy everything that you render. So you need to copy. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no. Paste that in the screen. Map. So I had some problems with my map. That's maybe why it doesn't clear it. Just no, it's still a bit. It's a bit buggy because it's the low resolution. From this, it takes it and makes it lower. So that's why. Okay. Anyway, you need to copy that everything that you render and paste it again, and then you change these two variables. So I just put an M there, and okay, everywhere you have screen in your render, you want to change that to map screen, or yeah, really, like, because screen is still your variable for where you're defining your screen. So, and without this, I can show you. I had a problem, but I solved it, which was lucky, because if you don't, shit. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I won't be able to show you that, but it did not put the player in the middle of the minimap. So you need to do this. So it does that, and yeah. So then you just render the thing, render the level with the new variables and your map screen, render the mobs and render tree, and render the player. I have chosen not render the chest because yeah, I don't want to render my chests in them. This is where you can do stuff. You can, like, if you don't want to render a certain mob because yeah, you just don't want to render it, then you can just remove it from here, but it will still be on your main screen. So that's pretty nice. Anyway, so when you render everything, you just need to copy this for loop and paste it in again, but the map pixels and map screen instead. Then here you just do this draw thing, but you do it with the map. And a tip here is to keep like the ratio of the screen for a game. So in our case, it's 300 by 168 if you follow the Chernos tutorials, and then you just decide wherever you want it to be, but keep that because else it will be stretched out and that doesn't look nice. You can of course multiply this if you want a bigger map, but yeah, as I probably will do, like if you press something you will get up a bigger map with more outzoomed. I will probably do that, but I haven't done it yet. So anyway, that's it for the map, I believe. Yeah, so I have time to do the menu. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so you need to do a bit new stuffs, and myself, I just made this yesterday, and I'm not really that good with like G button and stuff. I like my button API, I've used that for buttons, so I created it from the core instead of using Java or like using the inbuilt method. So I'm not really familiar with like G menu and stuff, but I understand it now, so I can show you. Anyway, so in your main, you gotta like redo stuffs in your main. So keep it in this order. This is all your frame stuff. Then you want to create a new object for the game class called, I don't know, I call it M here. Then do a frame.set layout to null, m.set bounds to whatever your bounds are. It should be like width and the height. Yeah, because width and height is or width like 300 multiplied by 4. So that's where I'm using that. And I'm just putting that down because the menu bar is that big, so I need to move it down a bit. Then you do frame.add m, so it adds this. And setup menu is a method I will show you. You need to put in frame to it because I have my frame here, or where it sets up the frame. Then set the visibleness to true, and the window listener, yeah, I have a special thing. When you close it, it does a special thing. And m.start. Okay, cool. So up here is my menu. No, wait a second. Okay, this is weird. I don't think I'm using that, so remove. Yeah. Okay, so setup menu. Oh, give me a second. Perfect. Okay. Anyway. Okay, sorry, I had to do a quick break there. But anyway, if in your setup menu method, you wanna put in frame. Okay, you wanna put in frame as a parameter. I think you pronounce it, yeah. And then you wanna make a new G menu bar, call it bar, for example. New G menu bar. Bar.set bounds. So you wanna set it. You wanna start it at wherever you want, and you wanna make it how big you want. I have mine for the entire width of the screen, and then 25 pixels down, which is probably like this game main thing here. Then you wanna add it to the frame. So frame add bar, and then G menu file, new G menu, and then call it whatever you like. Or this is how you add a new drop down thing, like this file, for example. So you just need to do that, and yeah, name it whatever you want, and here you also name it whatever you want. Then to add item, so for example, add add this. You do G menu item, for example, exit, new G menu item, and then you call it whatever you want it to appear as, like here. So these, like there, and for example there, it's just what you call them inside of the coding, but here's what they appear as. So then to make these buttons do anything on the Dropbox, so like if I press clean, there will probably happen something here in Eclipse, and then you do exit dot add action listener, new action listener, and the new action listener doesn't take parameters, but like everything here is inside of the add action listener parameter. Then the new action listener doesn't have a parameter, but that's also a method, and inside of there you want to make public void action performed action event e, and then whatever you want to do. So you can have system.out.print whatever, and yeah. So here I have my on exit, which I call if I press down it. So yeah, and basically it shuts down the window and terminates it and everything, and it prints out exit there. So if you maybe want pop-up window when you close it, you can have that. And for the last, this is all my buttons do stuff. Then you do file.add exit, and in the order you do it here, and that is the order it will appear in. So save load exit. If we go into the game, I'll put it up. You can see file and save load exit. So yeah, that's probably everything for this tutorial right now. So I hope you enjoy this. I won't be able to record for much, but this was a bit longer episode. I don't really know how long the other episode has been, but yeah, it's a cool one. It's like you're learning a lot. Or actually, I could record for 10 more minutes, so I could probably show you how to do the launcher. It's really simple. In here in your game, you just create a new main, or just remove the string args, so this won't be the first thing executed, or won't be the real main. Then you do a new class, which you you need like this thread and everything, like you have in need a buffered image and everything. Here I'm using my button API, and I am loading an image, and yeah, it's pretty simple. Just it's like remove the main stuff in here, so this won't be executed, and then just create a main method right here, and it starts the launcher, and when the launcher starts I have one of my buttons do. So if you press it, it launch, and launch starts the main. It sets the frame like this frame, or the frame for the launcher sets it so you can't see it, and then it stops it, because if you do like system.exit here, it will like turn out the whole program, because it's the launcher that it's like, it's not a launcher, it kind of is, it's just creating a new window. Okay, so if you have a window and then you do something on it, it opens a new window, and it sets the other window to don't be visible, and then it stops the stuff, so it stops the render for that, so it does not drain your CPU usage and draining your FPS. So you could like just remove that and it would still work, it will be awesome, but it would still like show up, it would still render, it will still update and everything, so that's not good. You need to do the stop there. Multiplayer I just don't have anything to do with or options, and if you guys want my button API, you can really, if you want it, just tell me and I can do so you can download it. But anyway, if someone want it, and if I put it up to download, and if you're using it, this is the primary color, so when you're hovering over it, and this is when you're not. So I just put dark gray and dark gray to multiplayer, so it looks like this. So the people, if anyone of my friends get this game, they will still know, oh, he'll make multiplayer then. And I'm waiting for the Cherno, of course, to make multiplayer, but then I have a button for it, and I don't really know how I will separate it, but like maybe if you want to open a server or something. Yeah. So this was everything for this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe to show support, and like this video if you liked it. And yeah, it is much appreciated. So thank you again for watching, and hope that you learned something. It's really good to learn Java. It's awesome. Anyway, see you guys in the next tutorial.